Yo, what's up, Crocs and Clan members and Smash Ultimate fans? With Genesis 10 upon us this weekend, I figured it was finally time to fulfill a viewer request from 4 months ago. Sorry about that. And finally give you guys my top 10 favorite characters to use in Smash Ultimate. Similar to any other top 10 video on the channel, please remember this is my personal list of characters I like using. And I would love to see your top list in the comment section below, so get typing down there. Now, without extending this intro any longer, let's start the countdown. Starting off our list, we have Illager, Killager, Villager, the man, the myth himself. Okay. Now this is actually a callback to Smash 4 where I used Villager a lot, and I'm pretty sure he was in my top 10 favorite characters in that game as well. And while I don't use it as much as in most of the other characters on this list, I still have a soft spot for him or her, depending on which alt you use. But for the most part, I still think he's fun. I do not think that he's as good in the meta as he was in Smash 4, relatively speaking, before the DLC in Smash 4. Villager was much better. I still don't think he's as good as he was before, but you can't tell me it's not fun to mess around with the Lloyd Rockets and throw bowling balls off the stage onto somebody's recovery. Okay, that's just fun, and I love using it even if it's not as much as I used to before. Next up, the B-Button Man himself is back. Not as high as he was in my other top 10, but I still like using my boy Snake. My good boy Snake. You know, sometimes you just like to blow shit up. Okay? It's as simple as that. Sometimes you just want to throw grenades over and over and over again, camp the hell out of your opponents, and just hit them with that C4, hit them with the Nikita, just throwing explosives all over the fucking stage. It's fun, okay? You can't sit here and tell me it's not fun. I want you guys to go right now into just a random, battle in Smash or online or wherever the hell you guys want. You can go into training mode and just chuck a bunch of grenades and tell me that's not fun, okay? Maybe I'm just a simple man and like seeing things go boom on screen. Okay? Maybe that's just me. But I'm just saying, if you do it, you're gonna enjoy it too. Following up, we have Mr. Disney himself, Sora. Now, as a disclaimer, okay, technically speaking, Snake and Sora are interchangeable depending on my mood in specific days. Okay, Sora is the newest character. Well, at this point, he's like 2 years old or some shit like that. But when he came out, I was enjoying my time using him. He's very technical though, so I only use like the basic shit with him. I like the feeling of zooming around. It's not the same as when you play Kingdom Hearts, obviously, because when you're playing Kingdom Hearts, you literally sometimes don't even fucking touch the floor because of how Sora is just crazy and shenanigans and shit like that. But it's a nice feeling to have because I didn't use Bayo in Smash 4, so I never got that high of like, oh, if I could just go all the way to the top of the screen and just flip-flop all over the fucking place. Okay, I never got that with Bayo because I didn't really like Bayo in Smash. The fact that I can do it with a character I really like, because I like Sora as just a concept and as a general character in the video game space. So I'm glad that he's in the game, and he's just a fun, floaty like thing that's gonna whack you with his fucking Keyblade stick that looks like it shouldn't do damage, but just apparently just carries you to the fucking blast zone without even a care in the world, and always with a big smile on his fucking face. The Celestial Goddess from Super Mario Galaxy is up next at number 7. Okay, we're out here. Okay, now listen. Rosa was actually my co-main back in Smash 4. It was Robin and Rosa. Those were my like two main characters that I used. And so at the beginning of the game, I'm gonna admit I wasn't liking Rosa too much. Okay, because I like the fact that I can just like puppet my way around with like up throw, up airs, and like swing around with her. And I loved her fucking Nair in Smash 4 more than I like her Nair in Ultimate. But as over time, I've gotten more accustomed to how she's supposed to play in this game. And the fact that the Buzz picked her up again and seeing some of the shit he can do in the game makes me like, oh, well, I could try that. Obviously, I'm never going to be able to get to the technical capabilities of this character. But I'm able to be more fluent with her than I was at the beginning of the release of the game. I love the fact that I can puppet her, okay? And the fact that Luma is goated, okay? I don't care what anybody says. The fact that I can forward smash you while you're off stage, because Luma can float, you know, peacefully off stage. I think it's hilarious, and I can't wait to see more from this character just in general. And I don't use her as much as, like I said, she's only number 7, but of the other characters below her, I've actually used her the most. So she's just fun. Okay, in my opinion, she's a fun puppet character. She's the only puppet character on my list, but it's always good to see and it's always good to use. And I love getting her in random because I can just do my maneuverings and get Luma into position to strike when you least expect it. Landing in the exact same spot as my own original list of characters I love watching on the stream, we got the Bluebird himself, Falco. Now, technically speaking, my alt is a purple one, or is it purple or pink? I can never fucking tell. It's the third. I think it's the third alt, if I remember correctly. But I love Falco. Okay, let me like. I enjoyed my fair share of Falco back in Brawl, and I used him, you know, a little bit in Smash 4. Not the most, but he was one of the characters I dabbled with here and there in that game. Even though Falco was ass in Smash 4. Okay, but he's a lot better. Okay, I love the auto combos with up tilts and nair, and then the fact that you have those drag downs that are interesting. I don't like the fact that they nerfed his side B. Okay, the Falco should not be stopped by a fucking shield. Okay, my Phantasm should just go. Okay, that was fun back in Brawl. Okay, and even in Smash 4, you can do that. But still, I like the fact that his spike is still good. And just the way you can just flow. Like I said it in the other top 10. The fact that you can go from like a potential grab into like an up tilt or a sequence with nair and then drag down with fair, and it'll essentially lead them to either the top of the stage or to the side to be able to knock them down a peg, you know. It's just fun. I love the cutscene. Okay, the cutscene mechanics of Falco. I'm not good at it. Okay, but sometimes when I get them, it's fucking hype, in my opinion. The second half of the top 10, we have my original main at the start of this game. Okay, I'm gonna say that right now. My original main at the start of this game, Inkling. Now, I feel so bad because I literally have like the second most amount of matches with Inkling. From my current main. Like, my current main has the most matches that I've ever played in the fucking game. But Inkling, I'm pretty sure he's number 2 if it hasn't been passed by my second main. But I'm pretty sure he's still standing at number 2. I practiced the shit out of Inkling when the game came out. Like, listen, okay, I actually felt super confident with this character at the beginning of the game. When the meta was still fresh, the movement, the fluidity of Inkling is always still great, and I love using him, okay? Don't get me wrong, well, or her, depending on which alt I use. I use the skater boy with the helmet and all that shit. That's my alt. That's my key alt, okay? Nobody touches that, okay? That's my character. But it's just, he's not as good as he used to be, okay? The fact that we're now in a punish heavy meta game, Inkling's not good at that, okay? He fucking sucks. But I can't hate on my boy, okay? I love using him. I'm not as fluid as I used to be. That's the one regret I have, okay? I used to be able to be more fluid with him as a character. You're probably seeing the replay now. You're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? This thing is ass. Listen, okay? I used to be much better with him, okay? When I actually practiced him like 5 hours a fucking day or some shit like, I don't remember how long, but I used to play Inkling like a madman. And I had my combo routes down. I had my dash dancing good. I could always roar back air. I can't do that anymore with him. Like, but at the end of the day, there's a reason he was my original main. I love this character. I love Splatoon as a franchise. And just the fact that I wish he was better. Okay, I really do. But just the fact that I still feel somewhat comfortable with him in certain scenarios means that I'm always going to enjoy using him. I really hope they buff him for the next game. If he does come back. I'm pretty sure Inkling will come back. But if he does come back, and I really hope that they tone him up a little bit, because he deserves it, okay? I love Inkling. His design as a character is fun. I just wish he had a little bit more like strength and oomph to be able to handle it with the current top tiers in the game. Stepping into the halls for number 4, we have the most hated character that was revealed in the game, Byleth. Okay, now again, Fire Emblem bias aside, I love Byleth. Okay, I love using him. And well, I don't really use the female version very much. I use the Claude the most, and then like the regular default one. Sometimes I use the Edelgard one, the female Edelgard one. I don't think I've ever tested Dimitri. I think I've used pretty much most of his ult except maybe the Dimitri one and the Sothis female one. I think those are the only ones. I'm trying to recall. I can't recall very well, but my point still stands. I like Byleth. Okay, I like using Byleth and his gimmicks, and the fact that his recovery is so fucking busted. I love the fact that his attacks all have that oomph factor where when you hit it, you feel it. Okay, you feel it in your heart when that forward smash hits, when that downer hits, when you get that like one read with the up air at the top of the stage, when you gimp them with the upbeat, like bruh. Okay, it's just fun. Okay, it's fun to use Byleth. And like I think I started using him a lot more I think I used it a little bit before Leo started using him. Granted, I'm not saying here that I was the original. No, don't get me wrong. Like Leo was fucking goated with Byleth, but seeing him pilot the character made me like him even more and use him more. That's basically what I'm trying to get at. Okay, don't come at me like that. Tactically placed at number 3, we have Robin. Okay, now listen here. You guys are probably wondering the fuck. Okay, if you watch my Smash 4 stuff, you're definitely being like, the fuck is this? Okay, why is Robin solo? Now listen. I actually didn't like Robin at the beginning. The way he worked in Smash 4 was so good. Okay, I love my checkmate. Okay, it was a good tool for Robin to have in Smash 4 to deal with a lot of the top tier characters, because you always have a way to take stocks out. Okay, like I actually feel comfortable using Robin against Bayo in Smash 4. That's how confident I was with the character back in Smash 4. But in Ultimate, they nerfed the fact that you can't start with Levin's Sword. That's number 1. And the fact that like Arc Thunder isn't as good as it used to be. Okay, I like the fact that I could trap people with Arc Thunder and make them scared and shield, and then because they shield an electric attack, it makes it easier to like get to them, because Robin is slow as hell. Okay, everybody fucking knows that. He's one of the slowest characters in the game. So the fact that you can trap opponents with Arc Thunder was always good, but now like they made it to where L Thunder is the best of the 4 Thunder abilities. And like Arc Fire isn't even that good anymore because it doesn't trigger immediately. Like you have to like fall into the ground. Like I wish it was a little bit better. Like it wasn't Smash 4. But regardless, now this is more of a recent. I think it was around like as soon as the lockdown era started, I picked up Robin a lot more just for nostalgic sakes. Okay, and I don't know what it was. Maybe because I also dabbled back in Smash 4 for a little bit when I don't remember when it was. It was a couple months ago. I just picked up the game just to boot it up, play it for a little bit, and because Robin is my main there, I was like, I can still do this. Okay, I still have the skills from Smash 4. Why can't I try to incorporate them, even if Robin doesn't play the same as he did in Smash 4? Why don't I try to incorporate some of the ways I used to play him in Ultimate? And it was like a night and day shift. Okay, I tried at the beginning of the game to play Robin in the way I thought the game was telling me to play him. Okay, and it just wasn't working. It wasn't clicking for me, and I think that's one of the reasons why I got turned off from him at like the very early meta of the game. When the game first came out. Okay, that's what probably turned me off. Is like I was seeing a lot of people play him, and I thought that's how I was supposed to play him, but I think that was the wrong mindset. Like I said, he doesn't play the same he did in Smash 4, but I can still use my knowledge of him as a character from back then, and when I started doing that, I felt more connected to the character, and I still stand that Robin is probably my favorite Smash character in general, because I feel like he's my soulmate. Okay, like if he was better and I actually had dedicated my time with him from the beginning of the game, he'd probably be number 1. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, if I had made this list months ago, he wouldn't even be on this top 10. That's how much he's raised as a character for me. So I think that if I had been playing him the way I'm playing him now at the beginning of Smash Ultimate, night and day, he would probably be number 1. Okay. But as it stands now, he's down to number 3. Maybe by the end of the game cycle, he might jump up. I don't know. But the other two, they have too much of a hold. Okay. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Alright, and the silver medal, but actually before I say the silver medal, who it goes to, let me just say, if you watched the previous video, then you already know who the last 2 characters are going to be, because of the fact that I talked about them ad nauseum in the previous video. Okay, my number 2 character in Smash Ultimate right now is the noodle girl herself, Min Min. Okay, now ever since she came out, I actually loved using Min Min. Okay? I love the fact that I can just hit you from across the screen and then not be a projectile, okay? Because projectile spamming is not good. Okay? It's not good. But I'm hitting you with smash attacks from across the screen, and that's hilarious. Okay? You cannot sit here and tell me it's not hilarious. Now I get it. People don't like Min Min. Okay? People don't like facing Min Min. A lot of people dislike Min Min. I don't care. I love using Min Min. I don't even like ARMS as a game. Okay? But Min Min is just so fun to use. I love, you know, getting the fact that I can just edge guard you while staying on stage. Okay? What's not fun about that? I can still literally sit right there, not even at ledge. I don't even have to be at ledge. That's the funny part. I don't even have to be at ledge, and I can edge guard you without doing too much. The dragon boosted arm is fucking hilarious. That beam that just shoots you across the screen is hilarious. Okay? Now she does have her weaknesses, okay? But she's fun to use. I love the keep away game, and I'm gonna keep doing that because nobody can stop me. Min Min is fun. And last but certainly not least, and very obvious if you watched my channel before, my number 1 character in Smash Ultimate is the monkey, Spider Monkey. Gotta clarify, Spider Monkey himself, Diddy Kong. Okay. Now, I used to use him in Smash 4, okay, that is true. He was, I guess, if you want to count it, he was my 3rd main in Smash 4, but nobody had 3 mains in Smash 4, so I can't say that for sure. Because it was always Robin and Rosa, that's the characters I always used. Ultimate Diddy, I didn't use either, okay. I had a crisis, well actually I didn't have a crisis, I had Inkling. But when Inkling wasn't being as good anymore, and I was trying to find somebody else to have as a backup for him, I didn't have anybody, and it wasn't until I'm gonna say it, until Tweak started using Diddy Kong, and I was seeing the improvements that Diddy has, that I started using him again, and then I just started practicing Diddy. He's very fluid for me in the game, okay, way more than Inkling was back in the day, because back then I was just dashing all over the place, okay. With Diddy Kong, the fact that I am able to control certain parts of the stage with Banana, and the movement from Monkey Flip and beam reverses with Monkey Flip and Pop Gun and Banana Toss and shit like that. Like, he feels so smooth to use, and I love the neutral play with Diddy Kong. Okay, that's one of the things that I was missing from Robin at the beginning of the game, which is why I said like I didn't use him too much, because neutral in Smash 4 with Robin was easy for me to handle. Here it wasn't. So Diddy, the fact that his neutral is so clean and his grab game is really good is what makes it a lot better for me, because I really like going for grabs. So the fact that I pressure you with Banana, forcing you to either shield or roll or do something like that, and I can catch you with my Monkey Flip, or I can just grab you outright and toss you all over the freaking stage. And the movement that Diddy gives me is so clean, and is literally the main reason why he overtook Inkling by a mile. Like, the number of games I have with Diddy versus Inkling, who was my number 1, remember, he was my number 1 character from the start of the game, and I didn't start playing Diddy until like 2021, roughly. Well, no, like, yeah, middle of 2020. Yeah, from the middle of 2020 to like the beginning of 2021. That's around that range when I started playing Diddy, and I have so many more, like, it's an exponential amount of games more with Diddy than I do with Inkling, who I've been playing since the start of the game. So that should tell you a lot. about how much I've used Diddy Kong and how comfortable I feel with him as a character, which is why I said, like, even though I might use Robin a lot more nowadays, I don't think I'm gonna get to the level that I did with Diddy or even Min Min, because Min Min, while I don't have as many games with Min Min as I do with as Inkling, because I use Diddy so much more. The fact that I've been using Min Min so much as a secondary is why I don't think either one of these two characters will be overtaken by Robin. But who knows? Maybe. Who knows? But anyways, like this part is supposed to be a Diddy. I'm talking about other characters, but that just goes to show you how much I really enjoy Diddy. The fact that he overtook not only my original main in this game, but my previous main in Smash 4, and the character that should have potentially overtaken it, because there is a universe where I am a straight Min Min main. Okay, just let that sink in. I could have been a Min Min main if it wasn't for the fact that Diddy like was shown off in a way to where I gravitated towards him. So the Banana Boys are winning, and that is now officially my list for my top 10 favorite characters to use in Smash Ultimate. Now, you can make fun of me all you want for those replays, okay? It was a time crunch, okay? I don't have a capture card, so I just had to do whatever I could to get you some footage that wasn't from, like, official sources, okay? I want it to be directly from me so you can see me playing the game. And I actually couldn't even do it with my GameCube controller because it's so last minute, so I was literally playing on the Switch in handheld mode, which isn't fun, okay? That's not the way I normally play. But it's the best I got for right now. Okay, I don't have a capture card, like I said. So deal with what you got. If you like, you know what? Engagement is fun. Okay, so if you want to talk about how shitty my gameplay is, you can also comment there, and that boosts the algorithm. You know. But as always, that's gonna be it for this video. Please leave your comments down below. I want to know what characters you like using in this game. Okay, what your top 5, your top 10, your top 10, whatever characters list you want to make. I want to see them in the comments. I'm always looking at them. And if there's any other videos you would like me to make, okay, in the future, I will try not to take as long as I did. Granted, I didn't know Genesis was going to take this long to happen, because I wanted to make it to where it was as close to the event as possible. So I'm upset that they took so long to release. I thought it was going to be in January, which means I would have been able to done it then. But no, they decided to do it in February. So anyways, video ideas are always welcome, and I'm always open to make whatever content is feasible, okay? I don't have, like, all the cameras in the world or all the stuff, all the quirks and shit like that. So, feasible, always open to suggestions. So, leave them in the comment section below. But without further ado, that's going to be it from me, your boy Soresan, and I will see you guys in future videos, streams, shorts, and everything else in between.